The Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship is a result of the city's pledge in 1989 to honor those students who exemplified the ideas of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarships are awarded to students who live in Oceanside or attend a high school in Oceanside. This scholarship is awarded based on the student's academic achievement, financial need, community service, and potential success in college. Oceanside encompasses 5 different school districts, which are included in the application process. And tonight, I am proud to say that we're awarding scholarships to students from 3 different high schools. We have Mission Vista High School. Now's the time for y'all to be repping y'all high schools. Mission Vista High School. We have Oceanside High School. And we have El Camino High School. We can all be proud to be a part of honoring these students who will serve as living testimonies to Dr. King's dedication to civil rights on behalf of all Americans and human beings throughout the world. The first scholarship this evening will go to Zealia Daly. Come on, join me on the stage, Zealia. Sammy, you got a job to do. Sammy's going to help the ladies on and off the stage for me. Zealia is currently a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, she will be attending Cal State San Marcos and majoring in communication. In Zealia's essay, she wrote, "The teachings of Dr. King have taught me that education is key, and without education, you're wandering endlessly in the universe." When asked who is your role model and why, Zealia answered, "My role model is my mom, because she is a strong woman who has been through a lot with her health." When asked if you were to write an autobiography, what would the title be and why, she stated, "If I were to write an autobiography, the title would be The Story of My Life. That would be the title because throughout my life, I have been through a lot, and I love to share my story with others." Zealia also stated that one thing that would surprise most people about her is that when she was younger, she was in and out of a coma for 3 years. Zealia missed a year of school, and the school wanted to hold her back, but she pushed through and caught up with her graduating class. Zealia Daly is the recipient of a $1,000 scholarship.
Hi, my name is Zealia Daly, and I would like to thank the scholarship community for an award like this, and as well as the Lacey family for hosting such a lovely reception. Throughout my life, I have overcome some health issues, including being in and out of a coma for 3 years. I had to work hard in all my classes, and I refused to quit until I accomplished my goal of going to college. Because I never gave up, I now will be attending Cal State San Marcos in the fall, majoring in communications. By receiving this award shows that all my hard work has paid off. Not only that, by receiving this award will help further my educational career and help me succeed past my limits. I plan to continue to work hard in each and every class I take. Lastly, I would like to thank my avid teacher, Mrs. Sendejas, for encouraging me to do the King Scholarship and helping me throughout my senior year. She has pushed me to succeed and has helped me in ways that most teachers could not. I also want to thank my family for supporting me and pushing me to do my very best. I will do everything that I can to make you proud. And I would also like to thank my sisters, Zaina, Yvette, and Sammy, for always being on top of what I do and showing me that life is full of surprises. I love you all. Thank you.
Our next recipient is AJ Smallwood. Come on this side of me. AJ is a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, she will be attending San Joaquin Delta College, where her major will be communications. In AJ's essay, she wrote, her sophomore year, she attended a high school. I'm not going to call the name of the high school, but the high school is not in OUSD. However, if you think long and hard about it, you'll know what I'm talking about. In AJ's essay, she wrote, her sophomore year, she attended a high school where she was faced with a few challenges. She stayed late one evening after her basketball game to watch the boys' basketball game. And that's where she saw 3 students hold up the signs that had the letter K on them, in bold, standing right next to each other. AJ stated that she immediately felt disrespected, targeted, and racially discriminated against. She expected for the students to receive immediate punishment, be put out the gym, something, anything, but to her dismay, there was no punishment given at all. AJ parents then moved her to El Camino High School. Thank you for that. When asked, what do you like to do in your free time, AJ stated, I love to play basketball in my free time and hang out with my friends. AJ also stated that her role model is her mom. My mom is my role model because through the struggle of her life and my life, she never gave up, and she always fought head first through adversity and taught me that life isn't easy, but if you don't give up, keep fighting, and focus, you'll succeed. I love my mom. AJ Smallwood is a recipient of a $1,000 scholarship.
Thank you. Hi, guys. All right. I first want to thank each and every person who has selected me to receive this Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship. The reason this scholarship is so important to me is because my family is experiencing hardship. I've decided to attend college that is many hours away from home. Oh, all right. This scholarship is going to be great. It's going to be great to help me. I live in Carlsbad, where I grew up among a lot of privileged kids. I experienced many obstacles due to being poor and to my race, which had a big impact on me growing up. My family is from Compton and moved my brother and I here for a better life. By experiencing the discrimination in Carlsbad, my parents decided that Oceanside District would be the best for me because of the diversity. I was instantly welcomed by the staff, coaches, and my peers. Just like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I also have a dream. My dream is to become a basketball player and to be the first to graduate high school in my family. I can honestly say that I have been supported tremendously by El Camino High School, my parents, my coaches, my teammates and their parents, my school athletic trainer, and many of the staffs who wasn't teachers but still supported me, like Salty, our basketball announcer, and Coach Debbie for always having gun for me, and a big hug for each and every game. To wrap everything up, I want to extend a special thanks to my mom for always being there and supporting me, and my dad for everything, and to Mrs. and Mr. Lacey for hosting this event and having me. And lastly, thank you, Ms. Anderson, for encouraging me to apply for this scholarship.
Our next recipient is Ariana Davis. Ariana is a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, she will be attending Vanguard University in Costa Mesa, where she will be majoring in business. In Ariana's essay, she wrote, in my earlier school days, I experienced physical and verbal bullying and was teased by fellow students because of my looks and braided hairstyles. The name calling really affected me, so I was often insecure about my appearance, which led to depression. Dr. King's principles of love, determination, and courage that he displayed during his struggles for racial harmony and equality in America have helped to shape my character and worldview. These experiences helped to fuel my passion to help all people, especially young women of color, love who they are and be comfortable in their own skin. When Ariana was asked if you can have dinner with any 4 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why, she stated, if I can have dinner with any 4 people, they would be Tupac, my grandmother, my best friend, and my Aunt Christy, or Akimi, because they all know how to have a great time, and I always have great conversations with them. I would love to have dinner with Tupac because I am very inspired by him when it comes to creativity and how he puts real situations in his music, along with the fact that he is one of my favorite rappers. When asked who is your role model and why, Ariana stated, my role model would have to be my grandmother because she is one of the hardest working women I know. besides my mother and the other women in my family. My grandmother's always determined to push me until I achieve something, and although it is a pain, it is always worth it in the end. My grandmother also shows me how an individual should be to others, and it is better to give than to receive. Ariana Davis is the recipient of a $1,000 scholarship.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ariana, and I would first like to say that I'm beyond grateful for receiving this award today because of all the struggles I've dealt with. I would have never thought that I would receive this, and I'm also very lazy, so I pushed myself to do this. Like, I pushed myself really hard. My grandma pushed me, my mama pushed me, my grandpa pushed me, everybody pushed me to receive this award today, and I would stay up late to do all the work to get towards this, so I don't do this, but I'm very grateful. And the main reason why I have been able to receive this award is because of God, my supporters, and hard work, like I said. And so I would like to thank God, Mr. and Mrs. Lacey, for allowing us to have this event here, the Dr. Martin Luther King Scholarship Committee, and Mrs. Pierce, and my family members. By receiving this award, I will proceed to working on to completing my goals. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Kaylin Healy. Well, Sammy, she said you can't help on the stage today. Kaylin is a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, she will be attending the University of California, Davis, where she will be majoring in animal biology and Spanish. In Kaylin's essay, she wrote, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. held positions that he knew would be controversial and dangerous, but continued to do the right thing to prove himself and others that even during the worst times, America is capable of truly loving one another. When asked, what do you like to do in your free time, Kaylin stated, I love to cheer. I'm going to be a cheerleader at UC Davis. I love to watch SpongeBob and spend time with the people I love the most. If you could have dinner with any 4 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why? Kaylin said that she would like to have dinner with Michelle Obama because she is a wonderful lady who I inspired to be like. Justin Bieber, because he's been the love of my life since the 3rd grade. Beyonce, because she is flawless and I would love to be in her presence. And Cardi B. Y'all may not know who Cardi B is, but this whole section right now, they know who Cardi B is. A rapper, because she is funny and she would bring life into the party. When asked who is your role model and why, Kaylin simply stated, my mom is my role model because she has shown me that obstacles are only something that can help you to become a better person. She has been the strongest person I know, and I aspire to be like her. Kaylin Healy is the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship.
Thank you. Okay. Hi. My name's Kaylin. I would like to start off by thanking Mr. and Mrs. Lacey for hosting this wonderful reception, the scholarship committee for giving me this scholarship, my greatest mentors throughout my high school career, Mr. James, Mrs. Tover, Miss Amber, and Mrs. Brown, and my family, especially my mom, my biggest supporter, an amazing role model, and my best friend. I've been built by the strongest of people, one of them being my grandpa, who is currently struggling with cancer. He has taught me to be the strongest individual, even when life throws a curveball at you. Even though he couldn't be here today, I know he would tell me that he's proud of me and he's proud of my accomplishments. As for the future, I will be attending UC Davis, majoring in animal biology and Spanish. And as for a career, I plan on becoming a veterinarian. I will also, thank you. I will also be a part of the UC Davis cheerleading team where I hope to grow my leadership abilities. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Stephanie Beltran. Okay. Stephanie is a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, Stephanie will be attending Sacramento State University with a major in pre-nursing. In Stephanie's essay, she quoted Dr. King, faith is the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Stephanie stated, because I am a first-generation college student and the oldest in my family, It has been challenging to find role models and resources to help me achieve my goals. My mother did not go to college, and she was educated in Mexico. My biological father is from El Salvador and only finished middle school. Stephanie's science teacher wrote, despite being very busy helping her family make ends meet and doing various volunteer work, Stephanie was still able to maintain good grades. In spite of her circumstances, Stephanie has maintained a 3.88 GPA. When asked if you were to write an autobiography, what would the title be and why? Stephanie stated, my autobiography would be titled, Be the Person of Your Dreams. I have dreamt about going to college to pursue nursing, and I am blessed that I am. When asked who is your role model and why, Stephanie said, my mother is my role model because she has pushed me every day to do my best, and because of her support, I am here today. Stephanie Beltran is the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship.
Okay, hi, my name is Stephanie, and I would first like to start off by thanking Mr. and Mrs. Lacey for this beautiful reception. And I'd also like to thank the MLK Scholarship Committee for this scholarship. I'd also like to thank the people who have helped me on my road to college. I'd like to thank my AVID teacher, Mrs. Wing, for always helping me with my essays and always helping me with my college applications. I'd also like to thank my trio advisor, Miss Brenda, for always coming clutch at lunch to help me with my applications. And I'd also like to thank Miss Caitlin for all the scholarships that she's helped me accomplish. Thank you for all guiding me towards my dreams and allowing me to be here today. I'd also like to thank my family, especially my mom, for always supporting me and sacrificing everything to have me here today. And because of them, I'd be attending Sacramento State, majoring in nursing, and this is one of my biggest dreams because I've always dreamt of being in the medical field, and because of all my supporters and mentors, I'm going to go there one day. I'd like to become a nurse practitioner and specialize in pediatrics. Dr. King's ideals have inspired me to pursue these goals because he's taught me to never give up. I intend to give back to my community as my community helped me and Dr. King helped his. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Braylon Young. Braylon is a student at Mission Vista High School. In the fall, Braylon will be attending Liberty University where he will be majoring in cinematic arts. In Braylon's essay, he wrote, Dr. King's acts of nonviolent protest have influenced even my actions in 2019. Instead of being a hot-headed, untempered fool, I think of Dr. King's teachings of nonviolence. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Excerpt taken from Dr. King's speech on the March Washington, 1963. Braylon stated, Dr. King's examples prompt me to seek control over myself, no matter what storms or tribulations people may throw my way. When asked who is your role model and why, Braylon said, my father is my role model because he always taught me to work hard. Braylon's English teacher had this to say about him. Braylon is a determined young man who challenges himself in whatever he undertakes, whether it be pushing his limits weightlifting, serving as an activities coordinator at a camp, or editing film. He gives his very best effort and his very best work. Braylon is the kind of student every teacher wants in their classroom. Braylon Young is the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship.
Yeah, so basically I told myself I wasn't going to look up, but then I looked up and then, yeah, all these people. But I made a list of stuff that I was going to say, but I'm probably not going to use any of this. But instead of me just preaching to you guys or, just reading off a paper, kind of want this to be more, a casual conversation, you know what I'm saying? So I don't get so nervous, basically. So, yeah. First off, I want to thank the Laceys. Oh my gosh. I want to thank the Laceys. Miss Lacey. I don't know where Mr. Lacey is. I have not met him. So, yeah. But thank you to him too. But then I also wanted to thank the scholarship committee for, reviewing my essay and being like, hey, this guy's good. So we should definitely give him some money. Yeah, I really appreciate that in all seriousness though. But third, I also wanted to thank. Oh, geez, I'm gonna need these actually. There we go. Yeah. I wanted to thank all the donors, yes. All the people who gave money. I really appreciate you guys. I'm looking at each and every one of you. And I really appreciate you guys for giving money. You know, you didn't have to do that. I mean, like, I'm like in high school right now, so you know, I have a little job. But I definitely would not be giving money to a bunch of high school kids. But I really appreciate you guys doing that. So that was fantastic. And thank you for that. And then thirdly, I want to thank my parents who, you know, have really pushed me all my life and stuff, you know. They really, like, just helped me to become a better person, just helped me to become responsible. Well, more responsible than I would be without them because, you know, they were just complaining to me in the car about how I wasn't responsible at all and, you know, how I was wearing athletic socks with my shoes. So, yeah, but thank you to them, too, and everybody who came out. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $1.50. Thank you. And yeah, I really appreciate it. And you guys have a fantastic day.
And I'm just going to say one little thing. I see the NAACP is here today. They have a program called AXO program. And with the AXO program, you have individuals who get to compete in different categories. And this year, the competition is going to be in Detroit, Michigan. And Braylon is going to represent the North San Diego County NAACP in Detroit, Michigan. He's going to be represented in it's filmmaking. So he has to actually do a film. He has to edit the film. He has to do all of that. And if he wins, he's going to come back and be representing us here in North San Diego County. And he's also going to win some additional money for scholarship. So we're excited about that too, Braylon. Our next recipient is Jose Camacho. Jose is a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, he will be attending UC San Diego, where he will be pursuing a degree in mathematics. In his essay, he wrote, "In my own life, I've always refrained from the use of violence, as I know from both personal experience and the testimony of history that violence only breeds more problems along with negative emotions for all parties involved. Peaceful methods provide true and lasting resolutions. When asked what is one thing that would surprise most people about you, Jose said, speaking from personal experience, many people are surprised when I tell them that I aspire to be a math teacher in the future, as I believe that education provides a basis for socio-economic empowerment of both individuals and communities." When asked what accomplishment are you most proud of, Jose said, "Although it may sound odd, proving a math theorem on my own for the very first time, as it was extremely satisfying to me to be able to solve a problem using only my prior knowledge of mathematics." He's a math person, y'all. Jose Camacho is the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship.
Okay, it's working. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank the Lacey's for hosting this. I'd also like to thank the scholarship committee for helping to coordinate this event. And then I'd also like to thank the donors who have made this possible, because this scholarship is a huge help to me and my family in lessening the burden of paying for college. And I'd also like to thank my father for being here, because I know he had to take time off work and all that to be able to make it here. And I'd also just like to thank all of you for being here this evening. And yeah, thank you.
Our next recipient is Jesus Ortiz. Jesus is a student at Oceanside High School. In the fall, he will be attending the University of California, San Diego, where his major is currently in decline. In Jesus' essay, he wrote, "Growing up, just like Dr. King, I had a sense of feel that the world was against me. Forced to come to a place in which I was new to, planted in soil that did not correspond to me. At a very young age, it took tons of work to fit in. This foreign soil was the best option my parents had to survive in. It had its difficulties to live within, developing many of hardships that affected me during my upbringing. Jesus' Spanish teacher had this to say about him. Jesus comes from a hardworking family and is often charged with caring for his 3 siblings and their homework. He is an expert at managing his time. What I admire most about Jesus, you gonna change my mic? We're gonna tell you just a minute what they admire most about Jesus. We're going back to his Spanish teacher. She said, what I admire about Jesus is he doesn't focus on the disadvantages, but rather takes the necessary steps to ensure his future includes a college education. When asked if he were to write an autobiography, what would the title be and why? Jesus said the title of my autobiography would be Out of the Hood. This would be the title of my autobiography because the hood represents the culture I grew up with, along with its violence and its friendships. When asked who is your role model and why, Jesus said my parents, because their hard work and hope has developed me to become the person I am today. Jesus is the recipient of a $2,000 scholarship.
Right. Hello, everyone. First, I want to start off by thanking the Lacey's. This is a beautiful home, and I'm enjoying it so far. So the sun's kind of in my eyes, so I'm going to look down at the podium. I want to start off by thanking the MLK committee for making this event possible, and to thank my parents and Club Crown Heights for igniting my motivation and goals to pursue an education. I want to thank Avid for being a guiding influence on my preparation for college, especially Ms. Farquhar. Also, shout out Ms. Bray. She's out here tonight. So, Ms. Farquhar, over the past few months, has been the person who encourages us and is there to follow through with any help needed. This money will help fill the remaining gap of fees for the next 4 years of my educational career. I plan on attending UCSD and majoring in business, hoping for success that will enable me to give back to my community just like the scholarship is giving to me. Once again, I want to thank the MLK committee for investing and believing in my future. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer is a student at Oceanside High School. In the fall, she will be attending Cal State San Marcos and majoring in Spanish and minoring in psychology. In Jennifer's essay, she wrote, "My life went through a drastic change 5 years ago when my father got ill and was unable to work. My mother was the only one supporting us financially. 1 year later, after his recovery, my mother lost her job. My father started working again, and since then, he is now the only member of our family supporting us financially. The ideals of Dr. King have helped me to learn that when there is adversity that comes up against you, always do whatever it takes to overcome it and don't allow it to convince you to give up." When asked to describe her perfect day, Jennifer said, "My perfect day would be when I check the news and there's more positive things occurring. For example, a world with no violence. I don't like to read the news where gun shootings appear that take away innocent lives. This has always been my motivation to help my community to get rid of these problems." When asked who is your role model and why, Jennifer said, "My role model is my mom because she always tells me that in order to accomplish my dreams, I have to put forth effort and dedication, always doing my best in everything." Jennifer Lopez is the recipient of a $2,000 scholarship.
Good evening, everybody. I want to start by thanking the scholarship committee for choosing me as a recipient. Also, I would like to thank my AVID teacher, Ms. Farquhar, for encouraging me to apply to this scholarship, Ms. Brenda from the TRIO program for guiding me towards all 4 years of my high school career, and my parents and my family, especially my mother, for being my inspiration of continuing my education. As a senior who will be graduating with honors and is planning to attend Cal State San Marcos to major in Spanish and minor in psychology. With these 2 degrees, I plan to become a teacher. Furthermore, I plan to pursue a master's degree in education, also at CSUSM. Later, I will attend UC San Diego to get a doctorate degree in education. As a teacher, I want to be an inspiration for other people to pursue and accomplish their goals and teach them that everything is possible. Anything can be accomplished as long as you put effort, dedication, and perseverance. Thank you.
Our next recipient is James Ledesma. James is a student at Oceanside High School. In the fall, he will be attending Marquette University with a major in mechanical engineering. I had to ask my husband about Marquette because I was like, I heard that name before. He said they got a real good basketball team. You're going to be at the games, aren't you? Yeah. In James' essay, he wrote, "The civil rights movement would not have been possible without the joining of community. Dr. King demonstrated how dreams can be achieved and obstacles can be overcome when we have an unwavering support system that will fuel our aspiration." James' mathematics teacher, Mr. David KOCT, had this to say about him. In addition to being a terrific student, James is also an outstanding person. He has a serious demeanor about him, which tends to hide his personality. But when it shows, he is outgoing, fun, and personable. When asked about his perfect day, James said, "My perfect day is me sleeping in the morning and being able to stay at home watching movies without having to go outside." James also said that he is very close to his family and they support him to the best of their ability. James is the recipient of a $2,500 scholarship.
Hi, my name is James Ledesma. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day for being here and supporting the scholarship recipients. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es James Ledesma. Gracias a todos por atender esta ceremonia para apoyar a todos los recipientes. It is an honor being selected for the Martin Luther King Scholarship, and I want to start off by thanking the Martin Luther King Scholarship Committee, Mr. and Mrs. Lacey, my AVID teachers, my AP Psychology teacher, Ms. Miller, and my math teacher, Mr. KOCT. Es un honor haber recibido esta beca y le quiero dar las gracias a todos los patrocinadores por establecer esta beca. I would also like to thank my family and my girlfriend for helping me and motivating me to apply this scholarship along the way. Y también le quiero dar las gracias a mi familia y a mi novia y al programa de AVID por siempre apoyarme. I remember going to a scholarship ceremony for my sister when I was in 6th grade. Seeing all the recipients made me think, dang, there goes a lot of writing in order to win a scholarship. Me acuerdo de haber atendido una recepción para una beca de mi hermana cuando estaba en la secundaria. Viendo a todos los recipientes me puse a pensar, vaya, es mucha escritura para ganar una beca. Thinking back on this, I realized applying to scholarships is hard work, and because of the support I have from those around me, I've been able to seize these opportunities. Me doy cuenta cuando reflexiono a este momento y puedo ver que cuando aplico a becas es mucho trabajo. Y estoy bendecido de tener a gente que me apoya para poder tomar ventaja de estas oportunidades. This fall, I will be attending Marquette University in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I'll be majoring in mechanical engineering. I am thankful for this scholarship because it will allow me to purchase supplies I need to succeed in my engineering courses. Este invierno, el año que viene voy a atender la Universidad de Marquette en Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Y esta beca me va a ayudar mucho para comprar los materiales necesarios para ser exitoso en mis cursos de ingeniería. Thank you everyone once again for coming out to support all of the recipients, and I hope you all have a great night. Gracias a todos por haber atendido esta ceremonia y les deseo una buena noche. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Sammy Fasili. Say your first name.
Samuelu.
Sammy. I already told him, I said, can we get another name? Sammy is a student at Oceanside High School. In the fall, he will be attending the University of California, Los Angeles. His major is currently undeclared. However, he does plan to switch to a major in psychology and minor in musicology. In Sammy's essay, he quoted Dr. King, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." Sammy then went on to say, "As a child raised with a Christian Samoan family, my core values are God, family, and education. In everything I do, I try my best to honor these values by making decisions that are mindful, selfless, and from the heart." Sammy's avid teacher, Deborah Bray, had this to say about Sammy. "When Sammy enters and leaves every day, he makes a point to say hello and goodbye. This is such a simple thing. Yet it is surprising how many young people don't understand the importance of building relationships. Sam does." When asked to describe your perfect day, Sammy said, "I'd curl up in a cozy blanket atop my bed, slowly finish a book by Victor Valsuna, my favorite author, while my favorite gospel music plays from my speaker. Once my reading comes to an end, my gospel jam session would begin. I will let my voice ring out and resonate." Sorry, neighbors. When asked who is your role model and why, Sammy said, "My grandfather is one of my greatest mentors and inspirational influences in my life. He keeps our family grounded in our core values of God, family, and education." Sammy is the recipient of a $2,500 scholarship.
Hi. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Heavenly Father up above because he deserves all the glory and praise. I would also like to thank my family for their continuous love and support in every step of my life. To the AVID program, and especially Ms. Farquhar and Ms. Bray, I thank you for always supporting and encouraging me to be my best self these past 4 years. It is through your loving direction and guidance that I stand here today receiving this honor. To the City of Oceanside, the MLK Scholarship Committee, and the Lacey family, I thank you for awarding me this scholarship and honor. Dr. King's legacy will forever live within me, and his ideals will be the guiding principles of my life. I will use this scholarship to further my education at UCLA, and even though I am not sure of my major, my future will be one that is grounded in the value of making a positive difference in this world, just as Dr. King did. Thank you so much.
Our next recipient is Rosalinda Jolivet. That's Rosalinda. Rosalinda is a student at Oceanside High School. In the fall, she will be attending Cal State University Fullerton, where she will be majoring in sociology. In Rosalinda's essay, she wrote, "We're often told that we are born in a time in which racism is not a determining factor in our everyday lives, that the life of the new millennial children is one in which everyone is given an equal opportunity. I am extremely fortunate to be able to go to school like my peers, no matter what the color of my skin. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and those of the civil rights era have made that dream possible for my parents, my siblings, and I. However, my era is still facing equality, and I hope that through education, I am able to give back to my community and become a positive role model for generations to come." When asked, "What accomplishment are you most proud of?" Rosalinda said, "I am most proud of receiving this award like my mom did her senior year." I feel like I'm getting a little old up here. Rosalinda said, "If I were to write an autobiography, the title would be Afro-Latino Girl Making Her Mark, because for a long time I was ashamed of who I was, and it took me time to embrace all my attributes. I can truly say I love myself for who I am. I am determined to help contribute to a change." Rosalinda is the recipient of a $3,000 scholarship.
Good evening. I would first like to thank the Lacey's for hosting this event. Okay, here it goes. I am thankful for my parents for their unconditional love and support, because without them I wouldn't be where I am today. Mom, thank you for always guiding me. Dad, thank you for always guiding me. I am very honored to receive this award, as my mom did 15 years ago. Coming from parents that were teens that had me, they have shown me in every possible way that nothing is impossible with tough work. Thank you for all of those that have donated, because without you, this would not be possible. I would like to thank my AVID program for the endless support and helping me accomplish my goal. Specifically, Ms. Farquhar for being so kind and patient. It was my first year knowing her, and I feel like I've known her all my life. I will use the scholarship money to further my education at Cal State University Fullerton and pursuing my dreams of making a difference, just as Dr. King did. I am very grateful to receive this award. Thank you all who made this night possible and so special.
Our next recipient is Adrian Jackson. They're saying AXO because, like Braylon, Adrian is actually going to go up to Detroit, and he's going to represent the NAACP in the category of art. Is it another category?
Drawing and painting.
Drawing and painting. So he's going to be going to Detroit as well. Adrian is a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, he will be attending the Rhode Island School of Design, where his major will be undeclared. In his essay, he wrote, "To continue the precedent set by Dr. King means to advocate for the oppressed, and to do that, you have to stand for causes that don't discriminate or segregate one from another. I can't even say the word.
Let me see what it is. I perpetrate.
That ain't how you say
Perpetuate.
it. Perpetuate. Harmony through nonviolent protests and speaking against the inaction of politicians and those who hold power in our society." When Adrian was asked to describe a perfect day, Adrian said, "My perfect day would be staying home to sleep and sketch with no real priorities, or to actually be able to coordinate all my friends so that we can hang out together simultaneously for a full day." When Adrian was asked if he were to write an autobiography, what would the title be and why, Adrian said, "My autobiography would be titled Reach, and that's because I believe it's important to reach for your goals, even if you may not achieve them. It's about learning and experiencing more than success, and that you don't gain experience from not trying, nor will you have success whatsoever if you don't try at all." Adrian is the recipient of a $3,000 scholarship.
Hello, everybody. I would like to thank everybody for being here. I'd like to thank the Lacey's. Your house is beautiful, and the plants and the trees, it's really cool. I'd like to thank the committee and everybody for being here. I'd like to thank my mom for teaching me that, it's cool to work hard and that, you can really achieve your goals no matter what it is. I'd like to thank my grandma. She went to college, and she's a little bit older, not that old though, a little bit older, and it just teaches me that at any time you can really achieve your goals and that you could do it no matter what your circumstances are. I'm really thankful for my family and for my friends, and for the opportunity to be able to go to Providence, Rhode Island, go to one of the best art schools that you could possibly go to, and I'm just really stoked. Hope the weather's really nice out there. Heard it's a little cold, so yeah. But thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you to the committee. Thank you all. And that's it.
Our next recipient is Alan Edward Tordesillas. Alan is a student at Oceanside High School. In the fall, Alan will be attending Stanford University, where his major will be psychology. In Alan's essay, he wrote, "In today's society, silence truly benefits the oppressor. We must speak out against flagrant bigotry in order to progress further in society." Alan's A&P language and composition teacher had this to say about Alan. "Alan is the model student teachers love to have in class. He participates, tries his hardest, and supports his peers. When asked what accomplishment you are most proud of, Alan stated, 'I am most proud of achieving the status of valedictorian at my high school.'" So now we know who Oceanside High School valedictorian is. When asked if you were to write an autobiography, what would the title be and why? "Out of the Closet into the World." Coming out of the closet gay was one of my toughest journeys, especially because I had to hide my true self from those who loved me, including my parents. I feel that after I had come out to my parents, I was able to fully harness my potential, allow me to reach the position I am in today. When asked who is your role model and why, Alan answered, my role models are my parents. They live every day working hard to provide for me and my 2 siblings and have made countless amounts of sacrifices for me. My mom and dad are extremely accepting of my homosexual orientation and support me in every way possible. They truly inspire me to radiate the same positivity, humility, and confidence that they themselves exude. My parents have taught me and raised me to be dedicated, hardworking, and resilient as I am today. Alan is the recipient of a $4,000 scholarship.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alan Tordesillas. I first want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Lacey for hosting such an extravagant reception. Thank you to the generous donors, the Oceanside Housing Commission, and the Scholarship Committee for choosing me to receive this scholarship. I am deeply honored, and no words can fully express my gratitude. Next, I want to thank Mrs. Nancy Miller. She was my academic league advisor. My academic league advisor for 3 years, my AP psychology teacher, and one of my biggest mentors. She was the one who sparked my passion for psychology. Next, I want to thank my GSA advisor, Mrs. Kimberly Jenny, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. She was the first person to help me in my coming out journey. I was met with loving arms from her the moment I stepped into her room during my freshman year. I don't think I would be the out and proud student I am today if it wasn't for her. Lastly, I want to thank my parents. I grew up in a strictly Catholic household, so I used to be scared of being a gay student. I feared prejudice at school and disownment from my parents. But from a young age, my parents were the ones who taught me to excel in school no matter what. They are the reason I tried my hardest in school, and they are the reason why I'm in the position I am today. After coming out as gay to them, despite my fearful past, I fully realized that they are the most loving, supportive, and understanding parents out there. They truly inspire me every day to live life humbly and positively. No student deserves to be fearful of being themselves, as I once had. This is the reason why I will pursue a degree in psychology at Stanford in order to become a school psychologist dedicated to helping LGBT high school youth. I will also be continuing my cheer career as a Stanford cheerleader. Just found that out today. Thank you for all your support.
Our next recipient is Jose Alparza. Alparza? Where's Jose? Come on, Jose. How you say your last name?
Alpizar.
Okay, Jose. Jose is a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, Jose will be attending the University of California, Santa Barbara, where his major will be political science. In Jose's essay, he wrote, as a Latino growing up my whole life in Oceanside, I have come to understand the great words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I have learned the meaning of these words because I've lived through injustices. In a city with great diversity, we still suffer from great adversity. I walk down one street and see a community plagued with drugs, poverty, and gang violence. I walk down another street and I see wealth and prosperity. In all my years in the educational system, I've discovered that words and education are a powerful thing. If we invested more in the well-being of our youth and the generation after, then we would have a community filled with leaders. My passion for helping people has led me to realize my path and what I would choose to do in my life. I will be a voice. I will be a voice for those without one who kept quiet out of fear. I will be a voice ensuring the rights everyone deserves are met, not only as citizens, but as human beings. That is why I will major in political science. I will come back to serve my community on the local level to become the mayor of Oceanside. This will be a stepping stone to representing more than just Oceanside, but the entire 49th district. He's about to take some people's jobs. By running for the House of Representatives. When asked what accomplishment you are most proud of, Jose stated, I am most proud of the fact that as a child of 2 immigrants, I will be the first in my family to graduate and create a path for my younger siblings to follow. Jose also wanted everyone to know that he is proud as a Latino male that he will not be a statistic. I will not end up in jail. I will not end up in jail, but instead a college campus. Every step I take is to set an example and inspire those after me that their future isn't set in stone. They get to decide where their lives would be. Jose is the recipient of a $10,000 scholarship.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to start by expressing my appreciation and gratitude to what is well deserved, starting with Mr. and Mrs. Lacey for their gratitude and generosity in opening their beautiful home to host this amazing ceremony celebrating all these future leaders. To the scholarship committee for not only believing in myself, but everyone up on this stage. You have seen something in us that many others choose to ignore, and I assure you that you will all reap the benefits of your investment. To Ms. Tauber, who supported me these past couple of years and has treated me as if I was her only student, despite having hundreds of students. To my AVID teacher, Ms. Indejas, I don't exaggerate when I tell you that I don't know where I would be without you. As a first-generation student, I had no idea what I was doing, but you were there with me every step of the way, giving me the encouragement I needed and refusing to give up on me. Know that every success I take in life, you will be a part of that success. To my mentor, my biggest mentor, Jimmy Figueroa, I first met you when I was a little kid with no idea of his potential. But you showed me that I was an anomaly, choosing to pursue my education in a community where gang violence, drug, and poverty were the norm. You warned me that as a Chicano male, my fate has already been set in place. My chances of incarceration were higher than being accepted into university. But you pushed me to prove myself wrong and statistics wrong, and that I have done. And most importantly, my mother and father especially. They are what drives me every day to succeed. They gave up their lives in Mexico to become second-class citizens in a land they're still trying to navigate in order for their children to have the choices they did not. Not a day goes by when I don't take into account their sacrifices. When we were homeless, all my assignments were done on a dirty motel floor, but I refused to feel sorry for myself because I always kept them in the back of my mind and the sacrifices they kept. I know that no matter how hard I work, I can never repay what they've done for me. And I know that I have no excuse to fail because they have never failed me. I come to you today up on this stage as a product of Oceanside. Its diversity has exposed me to different people and their stories, opening my eyes and my mind to the world around me. The adversities I faced in the city have forced me to no longer be silent, but to speak for the unrepresented. It has led me to my passion in seeking a career in public service to change injustices I see in our society, both on our own streets and nationwide. I know these sound like ambitious goals, but I truly believe ambition is all it takes. Thank you. We are all here today because of the preachings of Dr. King that still lives among all of us today. He emphasized unity among one another, and as I look into this audience, I see his dream come to life. All of us, no matter the color of our skin, are gathered here for a sole purpose, for the betterment of our community and to create a future that we all want to see. A moment like this is what Dr. King spoke about when he said, life's most and persistent and urgent question is what we're doing for others. Thank you.
Our last recipient of this evening is Taina Patterson. Taina is a student at El Camino High School. In the fall, she will be attending Vanguard University, where she will major in political science. In Taina's essay, she wrote, about 2 years ago, the neighborhood I currently live in has mostly minorities, but there was one apartment with Caucasian neighbors. These neighbors have filed many outrageous complaints on the residents of color, to include filing a child neglect allegation report against my family. The fact that I couldn't feel comfortable in my own neighborhood bothered me. The action of these neighbors upset me the most when I came outside one morning to my mother's car tires being slashed and the N-word scratched into the car. This ridiculous hate crime almost got the best of me, but I remember that I serve a God that is bigger than anything and anyone, and he takes care of us. If Dr. King could stay calm when the biggest anti-hate group, the KKK, wanted to kill him, then I could too. Having this event happen in my life strengthened me in many different ways. It showed me that this fight is not going to be easy, but at the same time, it builds up my passion to want to fight even more. When asked if you were to write an autobiography, with the title being why, Taina stated, "Big hair, even bigger dreams." This would be the title because my most obvious feature is my hair, and it is always getting attention. So when I open my mouth to speak about my passions and aspirations, eyes tend to widen even more. I wear my hair confidently, and I'm just as confident about my dreams becoming a reality. Taina's school counselor had this to say about her. Taina has a passion for justice and has let me get this together. This is my last one. Taina has a passion for justice and has a desire to work as a civil rights attorney one day. Given Taina's strength, resilience, and ability to overcome any obstacle that comes her way, I have no doubt that she will continue to accomplish great things throughout her college education and beyond. When asked what is one thing about you that would surprise most people, Taina said, "One thing about me that is hard to believe and is very surprising is that I used to be very shy when I was younger. However, nowadays you can't pay me to shut up." Taina Patterson is a recipient of a $10,000 scholarship.
Thank you. All right. So, they said only 3 minutes. We can only talk for 3 minutes, but they did not say we couldn't have a welcome. So we're going to start with a welcome. Okay, so I would like to say first, everyone who got a scholarship, congratulations. You guys all seem very deserving of it. Yes, clap, clap. I don't know, I was just getting inspired just hearing, there's doctors, there's artists, there's NBA players, there's, we are going to really do something, class of 2019. I am so excited. Okay, enough of that. Let me go to the speech because, like I said, I will talk the whole entire time. And don't do that. All right. So, if you haven't already known, my name is Taina Patterson. And I was born and raised in the best city in the state, Oceanside. And I am honored to be accepting such a generous award, also known as a scholarship. That's what it really is. Okay. I would first like to thank my #1 supporter, Jesus, who has supported me and showed me grace continuously through high school and throughout my life. I would also like to thank my family for always lifting me up in prayers and pushing me to be the best. I would like to thank my friends who've given me so much love and advice, and I would like to thank my teachers and school staff who have supported me in my education. I would like to thank Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for having a dream that inspires me and encourages me to keep fighting even when the battle seems like it will never end. And lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to thank the scholarship committee for seeing something and believing in me and what I want to do in my future, as well as Ms. Lacey for hosting this event. Thank you. If I could name each and every one of you individually, I would, but like I said, they only given me 3 minutes. And so I will leave you with this. The youth are the future, and that should be taken serious. We need our adult support, but we also need you to trust that our decisions are good decisions. And believe me, sometimes we know what we're doing. And for the youth, we are the future, and the future is in our hands, and we cannot afford to mess this up. There's too many people depending on us. There will be mistakes, but we must learn from those mistakes. Every day, people's civil rights are taken advantage of, and no one's being held accountable. My goal is to change that and seek social justice for those who have been mistreated, misused, and misrepresented. I have a dream, and like Dr. Martin Luther King, I'm ready for that to become a reality. Thank you.
That was our last scholarship of the evening. Let's give all of our recipients a round of applause. Congratulations to the class of 2019. And at this time, we're going to have the representative from Tasha Harp. Office speaker.
Hi, yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Fernando Hernandez. I'm a field representative for State Assembly Member Tasha Berner-Horvath. So on behalf of her, congratulations to all of the scholarship recipients. I want to thank the donors and everyone here to help to close the student achievement gap, because here we see before ourselves our future leaders, people that are going to be leading in different industries and using their talents to better their communities. So once again, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you. And at this time, we will hear from our very own Deputy Mayor Jack Feller.
Thank you. It was an honor. It's always an honor to look at these students. I've seen many of them cheerleading and playing sports and just around campus. They're the leaders on campus, and I know they're going to be the leaders as we go forward. I can't wait to hear what you do and bring it back for Oceanside. On behalf of Oceanside, the entire city, we're grateful for your efforts to become new and better for Oceanside. And for the political science majors, I'll be gone, so you can't scare me. God has blessed this community. We trust in everything that He does for us, and we're so proud of all of you. And thank you to Janet and Steve for a great event here. They're just wonderful hosts, and poor Steve will recover probably in about a week and a half. God bless you all. Thank you.
So this actually happens to be one of my favorite parts of the event. So at this time, do know that you guys had a whole lot of people. I think Rosalinda said her mom got a scholarship before. So that means that there's some people here that have received scholarships in the past. And a couple of them want to come up and speak to you and just pass some words of wisdom on to you about what to do with the scholarship money and what not to do with the scholarship money. So at this time, I'm asking all of the past recipients to come to the stage. So if you're a past recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship, come on up. So I understand class of 2017, Robert wanted to say something. They told me you got 3 minutes.
Thank you. Cool. Hi. All right, let me put my timer for 3 minutes. How about this? All right. So good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Ramirez. I'm a second-year undergrad at UC San Diego studying pharmacy with the intent of starting a business and becoming a philanthropist for the rest of my life. All right. So it's been 2 years since I've been on this pedestal, and I cannot say how proud I am to see such wonderful people here who believe not only in our students, but in our city and in our lives too. So I'm here to present to you a short story about my time in college. Okay, so I'm a commuter student. I live in Oceanside, and I travel to UC San Diego 4 to 5 days a week. So when people ask me, and it's 26.2 miles away, so when people ask me how far my school is, I just tell them, it's a marathon away. So, all right. So I graduated from Oceanside High School, 2017. And I was fresh out of high school to go to college. And, I felt so prepared to go. I thought, after all my years of schooling, this is it. This is the time for me to finally go to college and make everyone proud. So I took a lot of hard classes because I'm a STEM student. You know what you're getting yourself into the moment you go into STEM school. So the issue here is when I went and started taking my first exams and my first classes, I realized how difficult it would be. And so being a commuter and also working took a lot of time from me. And even though I went to my family every single day, and I'm thankful for that, I understood that I was disadvantaged as a student. So my pride got to me. And for the whole entire year of freshman year, I never really asked for help. I just went ahead and studied hard and went late nights going for my studying and not having and not having to go to any tutoring or anything. So I realized that I became at a position where my test grades weren't the best. And I would look left and right and see so many other people who would live on campus having higher test scores than me because I knew they had more time. And I knew my responsibilities. And then at the end of freshman year, I felt like, my first year, I need to do better for my second year. So one thing I did is I wanted to change all that. And one thing that I did back in high school was I would write letters to my teacher, thanking them. So my professor, Judy Kim, I wrote a thank you card to her. And she emailed me during the summertime asking me if I wanted to start research. And so my dream, I saw that as an open door, and I thought I need to take that opportunity. And so I emailed her back yes. And so I've been doing research in biology, and it was biophysics, so it's a mix of biology and chemistry, for almost a year now. And so doing that and being a commuter allowed me to understand that, I finally felt at home at school because I had people who believed in me. And so what I'm telling you, class of 2019, is that you always need to look for help even if you feel you're not proud enough. And no matter what, you need to know that time is your best investment. And this year I've been doing so much better. I've been going to tutoring. My test grades have been doing so well. And I'm just proud of knowing that I went and asked for help. And so to also let you know, I was selected for a scholarship grant for my research. And so that's what I'm going to be doing this summer and presenting in front of the whole entire school department in chemistry. Yeah. I'm going to leave one last thing. Yeah, one. And I knew that I needed to come back here and let you know something my mother told me that I've been saving, is that the only difference between failure and success is that you accept failure, but you fight for success. Thank you very much for all coming.
Thanks, Robert. All right, now, we had somebody come back in uniform, so we got to see what the Navy person got to say.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. My name's Alante Horn. I'm a Chief Petty Officer in the United States Navy. I got my scholarship in 2007. That's when I graduated. It wasn't an easy path. I didn't know what I was going to do, but thankfully to the city of Oceanside, my mom, my family, all of my supporters, I endured through my first couple courses in college, and I figured it out along the way. One thing about it is, we stand up here and I see a lot of great leaders, a lot of everybody, taking advantage of the great opportunities we have here in the United States. And let's realize that it's not as much as us, the people who are special, but more so the process and those around us who give us these opportunities. We think back to why we're here, Dr. King, paving the way for all of us, the civil rights. And what's really important is, I think it was Muhammad Ali who said, our service here on earth excuse me, I got a little nervous there. But our service to the community is the rent we pay for our time here on earth, right? And so really think about that and take it home, because the return on the investment is what's most important for the future. So thank you all for your time, and thank you for the opportunity.
Is this Dr. De Robles? Doctor? Okay, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. De Robles. I received my doctorate this year. Yeah. It's just, it's always great to come back. I think I've had the opportunity to come back 3 times throughout my since graduating in 2007. And every time I come back, I come back for you guys. So I'm in the process of studying for my boards. I just wanted to come back to say thank you to the donors for investing in me, for investing in all of us and all of us up here. As you can see, we've all are doing great things. We thank you for that. I got to give a quick shout out to my wife, otherwise I'll be in trouble. To my wife, to my family and friends. I'm from Oceanside, from El Camino, and it's good to be back. And like I said, I came back to say thank you to the donors, but I also came back for you guys. It's been encouraging listening to your guys' stories. You guys look all so young. I'm just very humbled and thankful to be here. I hope that me coming back and showing you guys that it's possible. And thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Rashana. My mom didn't even introduce me. But I am Rashana Williams. I graduated in 2014. I just got my degree from Long Beach State last year. And now, thank you. And now I'm at UCLA getting a master's in education, and I am also a high school chemistry teacher. So to all of y'all who want to be teachers, talk to me. UCLA has a great program, so we can get you hooked up in 4 years. I'm really happy to be up here. I'm really proud of everyone. I just want to leave you with something, a sign I have in my classroom. As you start your journey onto college, you're going to realize that it's not like high school. It's more difficult than high school, and then if you happen to go to grad school, then you're going to see that undergrad is not grad school. So there's levels to this. But just understand that it's not always going to be easy, but you will fail. Keep going. So in my classroom, I have a sign that says fail, and it's like a FAIL, and it stands for first attempt in learning. So fail, first attempt in learning. So if you fail, it's a learning experience. It's a first attempt in learning, and you will be able to push through and keep going. So Godspeed to all of you.
Anyone else care to speak? We're going to wrap it up. Anybody else want to say something? Okay.
Hi, my name is Brianna Ortiz, 2009 graduate from Oceanside High. I just want to say, kind of following off of what people are saying, college is hard, but if you look around, you see that you have a community here. So my advice to you would be build a community at your school, get involved, find people who share ideas with you, who can challenge you, who can help you grow and succeed. And I think that'll really, for me, that was the key in motivating me and pushing me when the times got rough. I could lean on my friends, I can lean on my classmates, and we kind of just build each other up. So to the recipients this year, congratulations. You guys are inspiring, and I know you're going to succeed and do well. Thank you.